Hello all, this is Karthik from Tech Geeks. This is a third video in Linux command line tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to talk about ls command, and also at the end of video, we are going to see the basic syntax of a Linux command, or basic structure of Linux command with the help of ls command. Also, we are going to see some shortcuts in terminal at the end of video. So let's get started. In the first video of this series, we talked that whenever we are working in terminal, we'll always be working in certain directory. To find that directory, we use the command pwd, which stands for print working directory. The directory in which we are working now is the home directory of the user. The path of that directory is this. Now we have seen how to find the directory in which we are working in, but we don't know the contents of that directory. To find the contents of that directory, we use ls command. ls stands for list. Note here that in Linux, most of the commands are abbreviations of their definitions. For example, pwd. Pwd is abbreviation of print working directory. ls is abbreviation of list. ls command is used to list the contents of a directory. The contents can either be directories or files. Let's go ahead and list the contents of our present working directory. Type ls and hit enter. You see here, ls command prints out the contents in alphabetical order. Using ls command, we can find contents of any other directory without moving to the directory in terminal. How can we do this? For this purpose, we need to give path to the directory. It can either be relative path or absolute path as input to the ls command. Let's go ahead and see some examples. Let us say we need to find the contents of desktop. What we just do is simply type ls, give a space to separate command name and input we are giving. The input we give is path to the directory. We can either give relative path or absolute path. For this case, relative path is easy to use, so I am using relative path. Relative path is desktop. Now hit enter to run the command. You see here, it lists out the contents of desktop. Let us see the contents of desktop in graphic user interface. Desktop. If you see here, the contents of desktop are listed out perfectly. Let's say we need to list the contents of shell scripting. What we just need to do is ls space path to shell scripting. From you can either use relative path or absolute path. Absolute path is long, so I'm using relative path here. Desktop, then /, then shell scripting. Hit enter to run the command. These are the contents of shell scripting. Let's go ahead and check whether these are the contents of shell scripting or not. See, if you see here, those are the contents of shell scripting. What if we need to see the contents of root directory? ls space path to root directory. These are the contents of root directory. These are the contents of root directory. To set that, we can give inputs to commands. These inputs are called as arguments. Arguments are nothing but the data we provide to certain command as an input. As far as ls command goes, ls command takes path of a directory as an argument or input. Commands in Linux can take more than one argument also. Let's go ahead and check whether ls command takes more than one argument or not. Let's simultaneously check both the contents of documents and desktop. ls path to desktop, then path to documents. See, I have separated those two arguments with space. Let's go ahead and run it. It gives contents of both directories by mentioning their names at the front of their contents. You can give any number of paths to ls command and see the contents of those directories. Let us see contents of root directory and present working directory and downloads directory simultaneously. First, ls root directory. Path to root directory is /, then home directory. Path home directory is our current working directory, so we can just say dot. Then path to downloads. See, it has given the contents of root directory, contents of home directory, contents of downloads. Whenever your terminal is full of data, if you want to clear this terminal, you can just type clear and hit enter. It clears out terminal for us. Let us see a certain scenario. I assume that all of you know that some directories contain hidden files. Let us see some hidden files in home directory using graphic user interface. Let's go to home directory. Home. This is our home directory. Press Ctrl H to see all the files including hidden files. These the files which are starting with dot here, they are all hidden files. What if we want to see all the files including hidden files in the terminal? There are two options for us. We can either use a new command, or the second option is to change the behavior of ls command and make it to print all the contents. If you implement the first one, then we'll have a lot of commands in Linux, which makes Linux difficult to use. So developers chose the second option. we need to change the behavior of ls command using some method. For this purpose, we use flags. Let's go ahead and discuss flags. What are flags? Flags are a way to set options to the commands you run which will change their behavior based on the flags we set. Let's go ahead and see how we use flags with ls command. Let us see all the contents of home directory including hidden files using a flag. Just type command name space to separate flag from command name, then flag. Flags always starts with hyphen. To see all the files in the directory, just need to give flag a. This lists out all the contents of a directory. Let's go ahead and run it. If you see here, you can see the files that starts with dot, the directories that starts with dot, which are hidden. Let us run normal ls. If you see the difference between ls and ls minus a, ls prints out the directories and files that are visible to us. ls minus a printouts all the files including hidden ones. This is how we use flags with commands. Coming to types of flags, there are two types of flags, namely single lettered, multi-lettered. Single lettered starts with single hyphen, multi-lettered start with two hyphens. Let us see some examples of important flags of ls command. We have already seen the flag a, which prints out all the contents of directory including hidden files. The second flag we are going to see is L flag, which stands for long list format. Let's go ahead and run L flag with ls. See, it gave all the information regarding the files or directories. If you see here, that the contents that start with hyphen are files and the contents that start with d are directories. These are rwx, r and so on. These are nothing but file permissions. We'll talk about file permissions and users a little bit later in this series. Let's go ahead and see the examples of other important flags. The third flag we are going to learn is capital R flag, which prints all the contents recursively. Let's go ahead and run it. ls flag, ls command with R flag, capital R flag. Note that in Linux, pronunciation matters. Capital R is different from smaller. Let's see one example for it. Let us run capital L and S. See whether it is there or not. If you can see here, there's an error message that command is not found. Pronunciation matters in Linux. Let us see R flag. First, it prints out the contents of present working directory. These are the contents of present working directory. Then it prints out the contents of the first subdirectory. First subdirectory here is desktop. It prints out contents of first subdirectory. Then it also prints out the contents of first subdirectory of its subdirectory. See, what it does is it prints out all the contents of directories, including the contents of their subdirectories, and so on until they reach an end to the directories. Let's see another flag, which is capital F flag. It is used to differentiate between directories and files in the output. Let's go and check it out. ls capital F, and hit enter. If you see here, files are ended with star, and directories are ended with forward slash. Those files which are executable are ended with star. Those files which are not executable are simply blank. This is what capital F flag does. A command can use more than one flag also. Let's go ahead and see some examples where we can use more than one flag in the case of ls command. Let us list all the contents including hidden files in long list format. Let us use L flag and A flag in a single command. ls minus L flag, then A flag. No need to give another space and like this. No need to write like this. You can just mix both of the flags like this. If hit enter, see it gave contents of all hidden files and normal files in long list format. Let us see the basic structure of Linux command by using ls command as an example. Basic syntax of Linux command is command name and then flags followed by arguments. As you can see, command name, then flags followed by, let us see contents in desktop. Desktop. Command name, flags, arguments. Linux, this is the basic structure of a command. Let's go ahead and see some shortcuts in Linux terminal which are very useful for us. Let's say if you want to run this command again, we don't need to type ls minus ls hyphen la again. What we can just do is use the upper arrow button in the keyboard to scroll through history. All the commands that we run in terminal are stored in history. If you use upper arrow, we can scroll through the history and run the command we have previously run again. Another shortcut is tab auto completion. Let us see contents of desktop. Let us see contents of present working directory. And then let us see contents of desktop. Now let us see contents of Linux YT directory which is in desktop. ls des, if you hit tab, it auto completes the path. Then Linux, then tab, it auto completes the path. You can save time for typing using tab auto completion. If pressing tab didn't complete your argument or command, it means that there are more options for you. Let's say, let me hit tab now. It is not working. If you hit tab twice consecutively now, it will show you all the possibilities in which you can enter the command. See, these are all the possibilities in which I can complete this command. I can just type desk and tab, it auto completes. Then tab, it gives the contents of ls desktop. Then Linux YT, tab, auto completes. That's it for today. Thank you. If you like this video, please give a like and subscribe.